What's up guys, my name's Hayden. I am a photographer and videographer based out of Orange County, California. Most of my business circulates around weddings, couples, and families. Today I'm gonna give you a couple tips and techniques for photographing intimate moments with couples as a male photographer. So when I first started out in the wedding industry, I noticed that it was comprised mostly of girls with really bubbly, extroverted personalities.
This is what I need to become to be serious.
When I realized that I wasn't gonna be able to be like that with my clients, I actually thought about throwing in the towel, quitting, and doing something completely different with my life. I genuinely thought that men just weren't supposed to be wedding photographers. But after a while, I started watching some YouTube videos and I learned that there are a lot of men in the industry like Taylor Jackson who don't necessarily have that type of personality. And there are even some people who identify as completely introverted that are wedding photographers. So I kind of found out that basically just like in any industry, people just gravitate towards who they relate to.
Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
So it really just comes down to your clientele. And the further along you get, the more clients will actually choose you because of your personality and because they like you. I know when you're first starting out, you're kind of just throwing it at the wall and just trying to make anything stick. But as you get further and further along, you'll start to just work with people who kind of relate to you more. But do not make the same mistake I did and try to act like someone you're not in order to fit the mold. People can smell fake from a mile away. So it's important to just be yourself and kind of learn how to work with what you got. So in this video, I'm gonna show you some videos of me working with a couple, and I'm gonna outline the 10 things that I think are gonna make you better at working with couples in general, but especially if you're a guy or if you're a little bit introverted and you don't have that like feminine touch.
So step one, drink. Literally, let loose. Cheers.
So no, not really. That's not the advice that I'm giving you. But I will say it does not hurt to have 1 or 2 drinks. Everyone seems to loosen up a little bit. The real first thing is get to know your couple. Try to establish a relationship with them and get to know them a little bit before you show up to the shoot. You can ask them things like, what kind of music do you listen to? And then you can play that kind of music when you're doing the shoot. The better you get to know them, the more cohesively you're gonna work together. So the second thing you wanna do is try to capture candid and natural moments. You're gonna do this by giving your couples a prompt, like having them walk or fake laugh together. And fake laughing almost always leads to real laughing, so that's actually a really good one to use. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys actually just walk down the hallway. Start over there, and I'm gonna have you walk towards me. Actually, let's just have you walk away from me and then back towards me. So I want you guys to go like arm in arm and kind of
Or like this, or like
or hand in hand, sorry, I should say that. And then just kind of like this, like kind of like strolling. And look at each other. Can't keep a straight face.
Those are cute. No, they're cute when you're laughing.
I try to keep a straight face looking at you and make it serious, but I could not do it. That's what
Third thing you want to do is show them photos as you go along. Our cameras have LCD screens on the back now. These aren't the film days, so you have the ability to show your couple the photos as you're working with them. This is especially helpful if you're that type of personality that isn't gonna be like, oh my God, I love them, love, love, love. Like, yeah, if you're not like that, it kind of achieves the same thing if you just show them the photos and you're just like, look how great you look, you know? You don't have to be way over the top. Fourth thing, definitely pay attention to detail. This is a huge thing in photography. Things like hand placement and even just like an awkward finger can really draw your attention away from the parts of the photo that you are actually trying to draw attention to. So definitely attention to detail. Put your hand right there.
Put your hand on my hands, yeah.
There we go. That's perfect. Beautiful. All right, ready? We're gonna do a couple like tighter shots. Is it just the hands?
Yeah, just the hands.
I'm actually a hand model on the side.
Can you each center up a little bit more? Right
Should we
here?
give Sabrina
I
like...
don't want you guys to pull apart. Keep going. Keep going. So the fifth thing is change your poses up constantly. Not only does this give you a lot more to work with, it also actually makes your couple feel more natural because you're giving them something to do. So it's not like you're standing there painting them or they're having their portrait taken in the 1800s. Sixth thing, and this is kind of the theme of the whole video, is just be yourself. If you have that bubbly personality, use it. If you don't have that bubbly personality, just be how you are. If you need to create a little bit of distance, you can take pictures with a longer range lens. If you want to give them some space, you can give them some space. If you're real up close and personal, you know, get that 18mm, get that 16mm, and get real up close and personal with your couples. But just make sure whatever you're doing, you're being authentic. So the seventh thing is try to have a sense of humor. Laughter is great. Although you may not be a comedian, you can always get your couple to make each other laugh. I know a photographer that taught me in the very beginning that she will actually have one person whisper the sexiest vegetable that they can think of into the ear of the other person. And it almost always generates a laugh.
Putting things in the air that I don't want to think about yet.
Yeah. Psych!
So the eighth thing is experiment with things like motion blur, focus, and whatever else you want to get creative with. The days of showing up to a photo shoot with multiple strobes and assistants are behind us. You're not a mall photographer. People like that raw look right now. I've seen tons of people posting pictures where the subject is completely out of focus. It's okay to break rules, but make sure you know why you're breaking that rule and like what you're doing with it. Don't just pass off bad photos as artistic, but try to do some things intentionally and get a little crazy with it. People will like it.
She's so cute.
The ninth thing is communicate a lot. Just explain what you're doing. Even you can even explain things like bokeh to your couples. Like you can explain like background blur and how you're sort of achieving that in the photo that you're taking of them. There's no such thing as over communicating in these situations.
Betty, take a step like right here.
Behind him.
And you're actually behind him. And you're just gonna turn like 20 degrees this way. And I want you to kind of like put your arm right there. There we go. Okay, so I want to do a few with the hands with those lights. Those make nice bokeh, which is like when the lights like blur and become like these big circles.
Yeah,
I want to do a couple portraits of you guys just before the rain comes in, using those lights.
And the last thing is in post, don't over edit. This was a huge mistake that I was making in the beginning. Just because you did more to it doesn't make it better. It can actually seriously harm your images. Like I said, people are kind of looking for that authentic raw look these days, and nothing makes a photo look less authentic than over filtering or over editing. So that's a wrap on this video. If you like this video, found it helpful, hit like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, love ya. See you later.